Alright, welcome back friends to episode 2 of BigDenoPlays, Kingdom Death. And we're continuing our Settlement, the White Tower, based on Robert Jordan's book series, The Wheel of Time, in preparation for the Amazon TV show coming out in November, which I'm very excited for. We finished last episode, the first story, really promising start. And we've now spent all of our resources and endeavours. Let's just go through very quickly. I did make a few small changes off screen. But first of all, we've got the survivors. We've got now 14 of them. As you can see, we've got 5 males and 9 females. So they're all locked in now. We innovated in age in Lantern Year 1, and we picked up Symposium. We also gained Hovel from the approaching storm from the Gorm. So we have a very broad deck, unfortunately. But we've got Symposium, which is an awesome draw. We had a lot of good fortune. It doesn't always go that way in Kingdom Death, so let's hope we can continue it. Previously in the last episode, I did say that I was going to retain 2 items, but I remembered that we have in the next Lantern Year Gorm Climate, which can damage items in storage. So I ended up spending that on another bone axe. It was an organ and a bone. So we've got no resources left over. So if you have a look, our departing survivors this year, Lantern Year, we're hunting the White Lion level 1. We're going to take out Alana, Birgit or Brigitte. I like Birgit. Cadswain and Tam Althor. So 2 new hunters and 2 experienced hunters. The 2 new hunters, both females. So just to show you their setups, so Alana is actually coming in with our full rawhide set, and she's also got a bone axe, which is pretty cool. Birgit, we've also got another bone axe and monster grease for her, so she's going to be running a little bit better evasion, as will Alana. Cadswain's just running the darts and the founding stone. And Tam is running the old fist and tooth. So that's where we're at. We're going to depart to fight the White Lion, level 1. I was considering fighting the Gorm, but I think the White Lion will just be a little bit better. We'll see if we can get the Caterium. I don't necessarily need to purchase too much equipment from there, but I do like the Katars and the King's Spear. Given that we've got the Dung Beetle Knight, I wouldn't mind leveling up Katars. But the Cat's Eye Circlet, we don't have it. We don't have the Eye of Cat yet, so it'd be nice to get that in this showdown. And if we don't, we may try running without it, because we'll have the Antelope available, and then very soon after that, we'll start getting into things like the Flower Knight. And the Dung Beetle Knight, and potentially the expansion that I'm yet to play against, which is the Dragon King. So anyway, let's depart for the White Lion. So we have departed, and we are going to fight a White Lion level 1. So again, this is an app called KDM Story. It's quite cool. Actually replicates all of this stuff for us, which is great. We are going to start with our survivors dragging onto these. They're a monster event, these 2, and then we have a random hunt event. So you always have to nominate a survivor. So we're going to start with Tam. He's going to be the one responsible for this one. Scratching Grounds. Yep, we will definitely explore with all 4 survivors. So let's just turn that off. So the first survivor we'll do it with will be Alana. So as you can see, An 8, nothing happens. The next one will be a Birgitta, or Birgit. A 4, nothing happens. Next one will be Cadswain. A 9, White Lion Claw Resource, very nice. And the last person will be Tam. A 1. Unfortunately, Tam, you poor chap, you suffer 1 damage to your arms. But I'll take that for a Lion Claw. Everyone that investigates gains 1 courage, which is good. That puts everyone on 1 courage. Excellent. So that one is done. So the next person doing this one will be Cadswain. A prowling lion. Well, this is an annoying one to get, but it is to be expected, and something I've prepared for. So the monster starts with ground fighting in play. It's doubly annoying because it increases the number of wounds that he has, because you discard the card. So anyway, he also moves 1 space away, which is unfortunate. Okay, so we are going to do Alana for this next one. And I'm actually going to roll the dice for this for the moment. So we'll have pink be the first number, yellow be the second. 55. So mudslide. Oof. Nobody has a whip at this stage. Each survivor rolls 1d10. So we will start with Tam. It's a mudslide. Flash mudslide. Awful. Alright, Tam. A 6. So Tam manages to scramble free, but not before taking a serious beating. He takes 2 damage to his body and archives all fragile and soluble gear in his gear grid. The only soluble gear I have is monster grease on 2 event damage to the body. Oh yuck, that's an awful roll. Cadswain gets a 7, which is exactly the same result. So 2 damage to her body. Oof. Brigitte, she's the one with soluble gear. Come on, Brigitte. A 4. No, we lose the monster grease. That's unfortunate. I'll just take that out now. And finally we have Alana. She's the only one with armor. Of course she rolls a 9 to 10, doesn't she? Of course she does. She is unscathed. There's the roll. Well, that's not great, but we will take it. Might need to just rejig this camera for this shot so we can see those dice rolls a little easier. But anyway, so that's unfortunate, but we'll go on. So Birgit is the last one here. Excellent. So she is traveling here on this one. And we will yellow first this time. 38. 38 is Gregalope. Whew. A massive gregalope stands astride the horizon, its ancient body bloated with tumours and scar tissue. It's about to run away, and I don't think we can get it unless I roll Lantern 10. I don't have the strategist fighting art, so... Oh, Lantern 10! Shit, you can't even see that on the screen. I've got to change this. Here's the roll. Fuck. 15 to 16. Well, that's useful. You may re-roll the next result on the hunt event table. Guess what? There is no hunt event table. Boo. White Line Showdown. There was once the beast that wanted to feel how soft its fur was, since it could not reach its own back. It killed many other creatures and spent time rubbing its paws over them. They say that when the monster finally killed a human, it fell in love with their soft hair, and its paws grew into a pair of fine human hands. Alright, so just broadly speaking, what we need to do is prepare the AI deck. We're going to have 7 basic cards. 1, 2. I'll flip that off. So 7 basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 3 of these bad boys. 1, 2, 3. And we're starting with ground fighting in play. So, ground fighting is good and bad. It's good because we prepared by having bone darts, but it's bad because the bone darts need to roll a 5 to wound, so we can potentially risk some of the rolls. But anyway, let's trundle over here to the showdown board. So we do need to draw some terrain. So we've got tall grass, and the other terrain we've got is egg sacs. Oh, actually I don't have spidicules in this, so I should need to take that out. And a silk nest. Let's try that again. We get acanthus plants and a giant stone face. Well, neither of those. Well, the acanthus are okay, I suppose. But I don't have a... I do. I have my ranged weapons, which is the bone darts. Oh, here we go. Okay. So it's actually an important component of the game, setting up terrain to be advantageous, and ground fighting, as I said, it's okay. There's positives and negatives. So monster's going to set up here. So we're going to harvest these acanthus to start off before anything happens. So the acanthus have to be 6 spaces away from each other. 1, 2, 5. So 1. And then this has to be several spaces away from the board edge. So I think we can go there. Is it 5 spaces? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can go there like that. She has our bone darts, so she's going to start on top of the stone face. I think that's okay. So we'll go here and here. I'm going to put out that tall grass as well. We have Alana is our only evasion tank, so we really want to have her be taking the hits from the monster. So we'll do that. There. Here's our fist and tooth guy. Okay, so that is our setup. So I'll just pop these over there. And let's commence. Okay, so we have ground fighting in play, which means the monster does not draw AI cards. So we just get to muck around and play in the sprinkler until we are ready to go. So we're going to harvest some acanthus plants first of all. So we've got Alana next to an acanthus plant. And so she's just going to roll a 4. So she gets nothing. And archive the terrain. And we will have Birgitta harvest the other one. She gets a 9. 1 fresh acanthus. Strange resource. Very good, very good. Fresh acanthus. Where are you? There we go. Cool. So I'll add that to the lion claw. So that's both of the acanthus done. So I'm actually not going to do anything else this turn because I don't want the monster to have an attack after multiple attacks. I want to be able to have my whole turn of attacks on him. So we're now going to do Cadswain in the following turn. We're just playing in the sprinkler, having a good time. Here we'll actually move her into the tall grass. Amazing, perfect. So Cadswain is going to fling her bone darts. So we picked up these bone darts for this very reason. And they are an attack 7 normally, but thanks to the giant stone face, range weapons get +2 range and +2 accuracy. So we are in range and we are hitting on a 5. That is a perfect hit. We draw a hit location. So we have hit the beast's ear. Fucking flung a dart in his ear. How good's that? So Cadswain is only strength 0, so we're just using the basic strength of the bone darts, which is 3. The white lion is toughness 8, so we're looking for a 5, and a crit will be on a lantern 10. So that's a 7, which is a wound. So it's a good start. That goes in the wound stack. This goes here. And now the monster can in fact draw AI cards. With ground fighting, when the white line is wounded, this gets discarded, so it goes here. So it's unfortunate, but we'll take it. Good start, team. Alright, so we will now do do I want to risk moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can get into fighting range, but you know what? I think we're just going to stay here on this evasion. So very good. Alright, so we gain Combo Claw. So that is the closest threat in facing, so it's anyone, and in range. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, Birgitta is the closest now due to the... Evidently I didn't mark her damage before. Due to me moving her into the grass, but that's okay. She has a survival up her sleeve, so 2 survival in fact. So this is a speed 2 and accuracy 4+, which goes to 6+ because of the tall grass. So 2 swings on a 6+ on Birgitta. So 1 hit and 1 miss. Let's find out where it hits first. It hits the body. We shall dodge that. And that is the monster's turn. Okay, so we've got some Axes of Fury, but I think we'll start with Tam. So just to show you the showdown board, there we go. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually bring Tam around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the rear. And then we will bring 1, 2, 3, Birgit into the rear with the axe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we definitely want Birgitta to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's not great positioning there. Okay, well we'll risk Tam first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hope that things go well. So he's going to attack with his fist and tooth. So Tam, he normally hits on a 8. He goes to a 7 thanks to the enemy blind spot. We have 1 hit. And it's the knee. That's good. No negative reactions. So we're going to wound on an 8 and crit on a 9. My luck's continuing. That's good. -1 movement taken. Can't wait for it to run out. Invariably it does in this game. Invariably it does. That's good. Take that. And what's even better about that is we now get Birgitta to run around and have a swing in the axe with the rear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is extremely good, this weapon, the bone axe. It's one of my favourites. So it's speed 2. 6 plus goes to 5 plus. So we're hitting on a 5, which is awesome. 2 glorious hits. No trap, come on. The maw and the back. Okay. Well, this has a failure reaction of a move forwards, so we're okay with that. And this has a failure reaction of me being knocked down. Potentially. So that's fine. So I think we'll just start with the beast's maw. So that I get to have 2 cracks, potentially. This one, if this one knocks me down, that'll leave Alana still in range to attack. So we'll do the beast maw first. So I am a strength of 0 plus 3 for the bone axe. So we're again looking for a 5. This one's only critting on a lantern 10, so that's a 7. So it's a wound. That one's done. And the beast back, a 6. So no failure as well. Whew. Love a bone axe, getting the job done. Let's keep the bone axe swinging because Alana's also got a bone axe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm out of the protection range of the of the grass, which I don't love, but that's okay. She's also got a bone axe, Alana. 6 hits, 5 misses. Hit location of the tricep. Okay, so it's a 5 to wound. Failure is a basic action against the attacker. It's a 3, so we miss that. So we can't spend survival here, unfortunately. The only saving grace we have is that we have some armor on Alana. So we're a speed 2 for this. Hitting on a 2 plus. She has 1 evasion, so that becomes a 3 plus. 2 hits. Cannot dodge. 2 on the body. Okay, it is what it is. Finally, I guess we will fling a dart using our bone darts. So, just so you can see, because we're on top of this mountain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are in range to have a shot. The bone darts aren't cumbersome. You can move and shoot them, but we'll fling the bone dart. So it's 1 hitting on a 5, and it's a 1. Oh, good. So that's the end of the survivor turn. I'd much prefer to be in tall grass right now. What do we get? Smart cat. Oh, that's bad. Okay. So reveal the top 10 AI 1 card at a time. Put the first 2 mood cards revealed into play, then shuffle the deck. No mood, no mood. Alert, no mood. So alert comes into play. Oof. And we archive Smart Cat. Then shuffle the deck. Alright, I'll take that. Alert, when a survivor moves into a space in the zone of death, they stop their movement. They gain the priority target token. So, the advantage of this being in play is that we don't have to move from where we are right now. So we can actually take some swings without necessarily needing to move. I wouldn't mind moving Alana into the tall grass anyway though. Alright, let's try... So we can move Alana into this grass. I mean, our best option is to attack and then move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's still 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's still inside the range of the zone of death for alert. All right, well let's start with the 2 axe swingers anyway. So we'll start with Birgitta. She's going to swing with her bone axe. 2, hitting on a 6+. That's 1 lantern 10. Switch back to that. And 4. Perfect hit. The groin. Chop his dick off. Come on, Birgitta. Chop his dick off. And oh, it was so close. It was so close to kick it over. Damn it. And that's not a wound either, unfortunately. So I think what will happen now is she will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's outside of the zone of death. We'll do Tam. No hits there. He'll also move. We'll do Cadswain with her bone dart. Another perfect hit from the bone dart. Ooh, and if we do a wound, don't have 3 understanding. Okay, in the beast ribs. 5 to wound, 10 to crit. Alright, I guess it's all on you, Alana. Got to make a decision here if we want to move. Means we're going to take an extra 2 attacks. Alright, 6s from the boned axe, just the 1. Failure basic action wouldn't be great, would it? So 5 to wound and 10 to crit. And that is a persistent effect. We've crushed him in the temple. Whenever he draws an AI, a roll 1d10. Discard the card and end the monster's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're outside of the zone of death there. So, it's okay situation, I guess. Let's find out what the monster's going to do to us. Size up. Random threat in field of view. So the only 2 in field of view, all of them are in field of view. The term facing and field of view, 2 separate things. So the facing is in front, field of view is anyone that's not in the blind spot. So the random threat, they're all threats. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 1, 2. So it is Varen. Cadswain, sorry. Excellent. So we roll the dice on a 4 plus. The monster stares down its prey. We do not suffer brain damage and we're not knocked down. Good. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting him to not move. So, I think what we'll do here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think what we'll do here is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That brings her into the tall grass. So you can see. So thanks to alert, we now have the priority target token. We now discard alert and we perform a basic action targeting her. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. So fortunately, Alana does have her evasion, so she's going to need a 7 to hit the white line. Let's use black dice. Black dice. So 1 hit and 1 wound. So she can spend a survival to dodge. Let's find out where the hit goes. It's on the boot. We won't bother. Okay, so she's finished her movement. Now this interrupted the move. So we still have our act. So she's going to swing her bone axe right now. And she gains 1 hit. Oh, in the neck. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Oh! Critical wound. If I roll another Lantern 10, I just kill the monster straight up. It's a 2. The monster's knocked down. Great news. Great news. Fantastic news. We do a wound and the monster's knocked down. Alright, pile in team. Pile in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hits on a 3 plus. I did forget to roll that persistent injury. Doesn't matter. Cool. So the bone axe from Birgitta, 3 plus because the white line is knocked down. 1 perfect hit on his fleshy gut. Guess what? You don't get a failure reaction because you're on the ground, you idiot. Oh, yeah. It's not a crit, unfortunately, as much as I would like it to be. Not using fist and tooth, but it is a wound. Tam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will swing. Do we use the founding stone here to capitalise on being knocked down? No, we'll just use fist and tooth. 3 plus. That's 1. Oh, his hand. If you can crit on a 9, I'll spend a survival here to get an extra strength. Oh, close, but no cigar. It's a wound. Actually, it's not a wound, sorry, because his toughness 8, not 7, and Tam does not have any strength buffs. Boo. Alright, and finally, Cadswain with a bone dart. She hits on a perfect hit. And she definitely does do a wound. Oh, that trap is getting closer and closer. You can just feel it. So the monster automatically stands up during its turn. So he is going to draw an AI card and we get alert. This guy sucks. This white lion absolutely sucks. I love it. We're just ready to pound on him. So This is in play, so that means if I don't knock him down, I only have to do 2 wounds to actually kill him. So let's see how we go. Who's most likely? Let's do Begita standing in the rear with her bone axe. 8 is a hit. No trap, come on. Elbow. Failure is not good because we'll have a grab action. Looking for 5s or a 10 to crit. Okay, I think our best bet here is to do Alana because she's in the grass. So if we draw the trap, we're at least a little bit protected. So the bone axe hitting on a 6. Oh, alright, no good on the bone axe. Cad Swain standing on the rock, needing a 5. Tam, it's all down to Tam with his fist and tooth. Or do we take, we might use the founding stone here, take this extra strength buff. So hitting on a 7, 6 because of the blind spot. A lantern 10, come on. Ooh. So we only need 1 wound here, unless we crit, because we'll knock him down, which will then discard this, which will mean he's still got 1 wound left. But if we don't crit, we've only got the final, we've done the final wound now. So no crit, looking for a 7. Oh, can't see it, but it's a 7. Glorious. Glorious. So we discard the final wound, and because that is in play, that is it. How far off was the trap? 1, 2. Oh fuck, it was. Oof, 4 from the bottom. I like that. All right. Ooh, that is awesome. Go team. All right, so no deaths again. Let's manage the departing survivors. So everyone gains a hunt XP for surviving. We will return from showdown and start the next year. So at the end of the battle, we will gain the Caterium location for defeating the White Lion. And then we gain 4 basic resources and 4 White Lion resources. And we're also going to have some age to do as well. So alright, so monster hide, skull, monster bone. No organs isn't great. So if we get 1 from the lion. Look, you never want to risk having stuff in your storage when you're facing the Gorm, but cut bones, come on. Come on. Oh, we've got some insanity to give out. We need an organ. No! No innovation this age. That is unfortunate. Alright, well, let's monster bone, monster skull, monster hide, and white lion, great cat bones, curious hand, and a white fur. It's not a great draw really. We also have a fresh acanthus and a lion claw. Not a great draw at all. But we'll take it. So we've got 2 insanity to give out. one from the skull being found, and one from the curious hand. So the curious hand is a random survivor, so we'll do 1, 2 is Tam, 1, 2 Alana, 3, 4 Brigitte, Nikita. So 1 insanity for you, and then we will give 5, 1. We'll give Cadswain 1 insanity from the skull. Okay. So this lantern year we have Gorm climates, we have endless screens, and we also have another draw as well. So return to the settlement. A new year begins. All right, a new year begins. So we are doing our returning survivors. So during the returning survivors, all injuries are healed. We gain endeavors. So we gain 4 endeavors, and all injuries are healed. Dude. Okay, then we will update the timeline. So we're not going to take that. Oh, sorry. This automatically assigns 1. So we're not going to do that at this point. How do I turn that off? Okay. Because I like drawing it randomly. So we're going to have big old shuffle, as my friend Bant from Meet Me at the Table likes to say, a good old truffle shuffle. I like that guy. And then a cut, and we gain open more. Cool, this is a good one. So you can run into the more if you want. You don't have to, but you can gain courage and you can gain resources. I'm interested in getting the vermin resources. So we may send someone in there very shortly. But if you roll doubles, you're dead. So we'll come back to that, I think. It is there though, so let's just update this with an open more. We now have to do Gorm climate, so I will use the app for this one because we're gonna select it. All right, so this is the unfortunate one. If you have stuff in the storage and you roll a 1, 2, or 3, the storage is destroyed unless you want to take an innovation down. I don't really want to do that. So, but fortunately, I don't have anything in the storage. So let's just see what we roll. It's a 1. So nothing happens because I have nothing in the storage. So that's a good result. Jagged pellets of sizzling rain hail down from the sky, corroding anything they touch. All resources in the settlement storage are lost. Great. So that one's done. So we have a story event, and it is Endless Screams. Unfortunately, we also have to add Gorm Climate again next year. Endless Screams. A scream pierces the silence around the settlement. As the noise fades, a chorus of horror rises up in answer. The settlement erupts into chaos, trying to comprehend the source of the terrible wail. So this is a screaming antelope. We're trying to figure out what that noise is. What is it? We can now hunt the screaming antelope. We nominate a survivor. So this one's an interesting one because we gain a courage. Do I have anyone with 2 courage yet? No, but what we might do is we might make Arbel brave become the voice of reason. So he's going to gain a courage. And he's going to become the voice of reason. So we roll a 1d10. Cool. So that's excellent. He stands firm into the screaming unknown. He gains the Orator of Death fighting art. It's an okay fighting art. It's not great. He's about to run into a fucking cave though, so. And returning survivors gain 2 insanity. That's pretty good. Unfortunately means we've got some pretty insane people. Everyone's insane now, so I can't send all of them out on a hunt because it's never wise to have an entire tribe of insane hunters. Cool. Alright. Let's return back to the settlement. Coolio. So, that's the end of all of the timeline events and everything we're required to do. So we now check milestones. So we've got some milestones here. First of all, we've got Alana is experience 2, which means she has hit her first age milestone, which is always an exciting time in a young man or woman's life. So let's do an age milestone. Your time in the darkness changes you. Okay, so we're on the first slot, so you may now select a weapon proficiency, and Alana is going to select axe proficiency. She's got an axe already. I like a couple of the axes, and the axe mastery is a cool ability. We're going to lean into katars and fist and tooth and so on and so forth later on, but so she now rolls 2d10, and we select whatever comes out of it. So I'll move that out of the way. 8. 8 is draw a random fighting art. Cool, so what fighting art are you going to get, Alana? There's a lot of them. Alright. Ooh! Oh, that's the shit one. Infernal Rhythm. Yeah, okay. So this is all about having an instrument. And having an instrument is usually a poor option. But it's something to consider. You can take the gorn, which is an instrument, and it's not noisy. I do have the gorm in this campaign, so you can reveal the next 3 hit locations. So it's like a cat's eye without necessarily being a cat's eye. Okay, coolio. So that's Alana's age done. So we also have Tam, his age. Also a random fighting art, an 11. We get Fated Blow. Oh, that's cool. So I've never played with the Dragon King expansion before. This is my first time. This is a good ability. Once per showdown, you may give your next wound attempt +2 strength. And evidently I haven't added that. Featured blow. Cool. Devastating is awesome. It's do 2 wounds or do an extra wound when you do a wound. So you don't have to draw an extra hit location. You just do 2 wounds, which is fucking cool. All right, go Tam. Well, he's looking sharp. So Tam is going to choose Fist and Tooth proficiency for his. I'm not sure what to do with our weapons now. Well, I think we'll definitely maybe make a leather crafter. Do we need an organ for that? Let's check in a second. All right. But first, let's brave the maw. This is always good times. So we're trying to get to 23 because you get 2 courage and 2 random vermin resources. And that will send Abel into a bold thing, which is really cool because we're going to matchmaker and some other things. If he dies, it's okay because then we get to choose our death principle. I really want to get the vermin resources. I don't think there's an organ in there, but there might be. One of them is, I've got a new one in there because of the strain milestones. I think we're going to roll 4 dice. And hope for the best. Ooh. 10. 24. Cool. So 2 courage. Bold. And 2 vermin resources. Come on, get me a fucking... I don't think, I'm pretty sure there's no hide, vermin, hide, no organ. This is the new one, crab spider. You can get the armored fist fighting art, so let's see. Nightmare tick, that's a good one. Oh! Oh, fuck. People are going to think I'm stitching this up. But I'm not. Okay. Nightmare tick. And a fiddler crab spider. I think I need to add that into my... resources. Fiddler crab spider. Yep, cool. A fiddler crab. Okay. So that costs us an innovation to run into the... Sorry, an innovation, an endeavour to run into the maw. So I don't think we'll be doing that again. Oh, actually, maybe we will. I've also got to do bold for Abel. Because he's now courage 4. Bold. Your time in the darkness. Changes you. Bold! In a single moment, your perspective changes profoundly. So it happened in the settlement phase, which means he's a matchmaker now, which is actually a really good ability to have. Because you get to bypass needing to roll for intimacy. And we then roll 1d10 to determine a... Get out of the way. One d10. An 8. Oh, I don't think it's the best one. It's not. +1 permanent strength. Fuck, this guy's become a beast. Okay. Let's return here to the settlement and do some developing. So I don't think we've got any other milestones. We don't have, well, we might have a population of 15 in a minute. We can't innovate this year though, that sucks. So we definitely have the organ grinder. We can't make that. Weapon crafter requires... no, we need the bone smith. 3 bone and a hide. Yeah, I think we're gonna build a weapon crafter. What does the skinnery require? 3 hide and an organ. Okay. Well, I mean, I think that makes it pretty easy. We'll spend a endeavor, and well, getting good weapons, but no innovating this year hurts a lot. I regret that axe now. So lantern horde, skinnery, bone smith. There we go. So the bone smith will gain us a weapon crafter. The cost of 3 bone and 1 hide. So we've got 1 hide, 1, 2, 3. And we now have a weapon crafter. So that opens up some pretty cool weapons, in particular the Zanbato, which is a great cat bones and 2 hide. Do I have that? I do. I've actually got 2 of those probably, have I? No, only 1 great cat bones. And we also have the Caterium. Well, the Zanbato is an excellent weapon, and I think we may change attack with a bell and aim to make him a Zanbato user, because he's got, I don't know, who's the guy? Tam. Yeah, maybe we go with Tam, and instead of fist and tooth we go with a great weapon, because the Zanbato is extremely effective because it can be devastating as well. The Zanbato doesn't get much chop until you can get a green, which we can from an organ grinder that we don't have. Don't have any fucking organs. It's really annoying. Monster grease and a down red. Where do we get a down red from? Skullhelm. Okay, well let's see what gear we can make anyway. Craftable. So we can't build the bow, but I do like a clawhead arrow. So I'm gonna. The guitars. I do like the guitars, but we're gonna get the dung beetle guitars. Maybe we'll make the guitars from the beast knuckle. So we won't worry about that. But I think we'll definitely build the arrow. We don't have a bow yet, but do we want to do that? That means we have to fight a lion again to try and get the sinew. Alright, well we'll definitely build a Zenbato. Have to add the weapon crafter, didn't I? Yeah. So we have to add a Zenbato, filters, So from the weapon crafter we can only craft a Zenbato. So let's do that. Oh, we can do a calcified Zenbato. Yeah, apparently. Not so much. We will make a dried acanthus. And bandages are always good. And I think that's it. So I think we're going to brave the moor again. Let's go for gold on this one. Throw a 5 dice and see if we can jank it up here. Get a lantern sword. Might as well go for gold. So we'll send in a later. She is an idiot. If she dies, we trigger our death principle, which is fine. 2 ones. Well, that's a shame. But Elaita's dead. No! And that cost us an endeavour. Oh well. You sacrifice yourself bravely. Running into the moor. Let's see about our principal milestone. Death. The group must decide what to do with their first survivor corpse, even though she's trapped inside the open moor. Alright, well, this is unfortunately an easy choice. Cannibalize is a really tough one. You can use this to get an organ though, Deno. Is it worth getting an organ? No, it's not. We're going to go for graves. We're going to select graves. It's an easy one. Unfortunately, it's an easy pick. The 2 options on graves for a dice roll are significantly better. So, huge roll this. I love a luck roll. I love a bonus luck. So, just got to decide who we're going to choose though. Okay. assuming we can roll 6+. This is an awesome roll. Come on down. Yeah. It's an 8. So, nominate a survivor with tears in their eyes. They take a sharded rock from the grave and mark themselves with it. They cherish this mark forever. Alright, well whoever it's going to be is our new fist and tooth specialist. Yeah, I think we'll just go with Tam. And we'll give him +1 permanent luck. I mean, Fated Blow on that is pretty good because it guarantees that he's going to get the wound as well, which is fine. So I like that. Alright, so I don't think there's much else left to spend our 1 hide on, which is the Fiddler Crab Spider anyway. Cool. Well, let's definitely use the Fiddler Crab Spider's ability to gain a new fighting art. So this fighting art is called Armored Fist. I don't know what Armored Fist does. Actually, it's a new one. Before I decide who gets it. Backstab. Armored Fist. Requires fist and tooth proficiency. Your fist and tooth attacks gain strength equal... Okay, that's fucking awesome. Man, that is awesome. Oh. Alright. Well, we know who that's going to be. Tamal Thor! Oh, I'm going to be pissed when this guy dies. He's so good. He's so good already. Oh, no. Alright, well that's exciting. So I definitely need to get him some armor. I don't have any hide left, so I can't do that, but maybe we switch him to be the rawhide set. Because then he's got 2 armor, which means he's got an extra 2 strength, which will help with fist and tooth getting that wound. Who do we hunt? Who do we hunt this year? I mean, my gut instinct tells me to go for a... Do we want to go for that clawhead arrow or not? Means we have to go for the bow. I don't think we'll take the clawhead arrow. I think we'll get our lion claw back. And instead... Let's keep that lion claw. If we're going to lose a lion claw, it's not a big deal. Just in case. We'll keep that. We can make a guitar from that if we need to. Alright, I've got 1 endeavour left to spend. So we will spend that on an augury. Roll 1d10 and I nominate a survivor to do this. So this is to potentially gain an understanding. I think Varen has an understanding already. Yep, so we'll nominate Varen. It's a lovely 9, which means we have intimacy. Always good to knock over your first birth. Maybe. It's always a risk. Oh, they're lovely. The mystery of intimacy takes place in the settlement. Hello. Okay, nominate 1 consenting male and 1 consenting female, and I am all about that consent. So it definitely won't be any of our good chaps. So we'll go Matrim Cawthon. Matt and Min. Matt and Min. These two can have a baby, maybe. So this is a huge roll actually, because this may be the only chance we get for a saviour. And it could also see some people die. So let's see what we get. A 1. Okay, that would normally be bad. That would normally be very, very bad. However, I have this bookmark, which is something you get in the Ringtail Vixen box. So let me show you first of all what a 1 does. Everybody dies. The couple cannot bear the weight of the world. They clasp hands and march into the deep and endless darkness. The nominated survivors are dead. But no! Not today. Not today. The parents return to the settlement because they find a newborn floating in a basket on a river of blood. Again, a population. Oh, it's such a good survivor. Such a good upgrade to the game too. So the parents are Matt and Min. It's a female, and her name is going to be Avienda. What else would it be for a chick with this? She gains +1 permanent accuracy, which is so good, and Monster Claw, and Hoarder and Quixotic. Quixotic's awesome. Hoarder is terrible. And Monster Claw style is legit. And we now have our first birth, technically speaking. Even though we rolled a 1 on this table. We now choose our principal. And this one is also, this one's a little bit more tricky. We have to decide how we're going to raise our children. I'm always all about dice roll mitigation. So unfortunately, this is a straightforward pick for me. It's always survival of the fittest. So we gain survival of the fittest, and we roll 1d10. Both of these options are fine. So it doesn't really matter what happens here, but the parents are going to have a great time, it looks like. They gain +1 permanent strength and 2 insanity. Cool. And they must skip the next hunt. Oh, that's okay. Don't think they'll go on the next hunt anyway. And our young child, Avienda. Love, love, love Monster Claw style. Fisted Tooth attacks gain 1 accuracy and +1 strength and savage. That's going to make her Fist and Tooth attacks really strong. To talk a little bit down the track, hopefully I can get Sculpture at some point soon. I think we're going to go hunting an antelope in this next age, so let's get us an antelope. But we'll think about that. We may not. Alright friends, so this is archived now. I don't get to use this again in the entire campaign. But started us off well, so champions, catch you all in the next Lantern year. See ya.